All right, happy Saturday, guys. I'm gonna start off with some announcements for Saturday here. So if you haven't joined the competition or you haven't submitted your scores, make sure you're doing that to support your box competition. That's a great fundraiser and it's great to get the community together. So some of you might have already done the workout on Monday, so if you want to do a redo, you got plenty of time, 3 weeks to do that. I know Jess is doing a redo here, trying to get some scores here. Second thing, guys, we have something exciting coming up, a live event announcement. We're going to be talking about some virtual stuff that we'll be doing online. Next week we're going to be launching it, so we're going to give you guys some more details this Sunday. So check out our blog. We're going to put a vlog out as well for more details on that. So make sure you check that out on the Sunday. Other than that, guys, we'll get straight into the workout. I'll pass it over to Jess to start us off.
Okay, guys, we have a workout for time today. Your first movement is an 800-meter run. Then moving to ground to overhead, and then pistols. So for the run, make sure you check the notes below or the website. If you are not going to be running, there's options for other equipment or for body weight movements, jumping jacks and stuff like that, if you need a substitute. For the ground to overheads, if you have a barbell, prescribed weight for this would be 135 for the guys, 95 for the ladies. But if you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell or you're going to be using an odd object, those things will work perfectly as well. Make sure you check the notes again. Your rep scheme is going to be a little bit different if you're using a dumbbell or a kettlebell. Third movement is your pistols. The rep scheme for the pistols is not going to change. So you have 30 pistols every single time. Rep scheme for your other two movements is going to go down. Try to get that intensity up every round on the run. So you're going to go half the distance each time, first running 800 meters, then 400, and then 2. See if you can run a little bit faster every single round. Barbell cycling, again, see if you can hold on to that barbell, hold on to those dumbbells. For the ground to overhead movements, maybe breaking up just once. And then the 30 pistols, you're going to try and see if you can maintain a consistent pace, moving from one round to the next. Goal here is around the 20-minute mark. Again, a little bit of a factor depending on your weight, but anywhere in that 18 to 20-minute range.
So guys, for the afterburner, after you guys finish the workout, I know you guys feel like your legs are going to be pretty sore, glutes are going to be pretty sore as well, especially after all those pistols. So we're going to take this time to stretch it out. For the first two movements here, we're doing a banded hamstring stretch and a pigeon stretch for the glutes. I know it's a lot of time here spending in stretching, so if you want to piece this separately throughout your day, so maybe in the morning do the workout and then at night you can do your stretches, that works perfectly as well. So you can think about structuring it like that. So banded hamstring stretch, pigeon stretch, then we're going to end off with a good morning hold just to strengthen those end ranges of motion. So this is for quality, accumulate that 2 minutes, so don't treat it like Tuesday's workout where you had to hold it for as long as you could. Make sure you're really trying to feel this in your glutes, keeping good position, and if you want, you guys can lose weight there, or just hinge over at the hips just to strengthen those hamstrings and glutes. Other than that, guys, we're going to go into the warm-up to give you more details on the workout here.
Okay, welcome everybody to the warm-up here. We are doing 2 rounds of, the first movement is a reverse lunge, and you're going to be doing that for 60 seconds at just an easy pace. This is actually one of the scales for the pistols later. So if you can't do pistols, this is the first type of progression. So Jess is just gonna hold a weight in front of her. We're using that paint can again. And we're just gonna take a step backwards. As we take that step backwards, make sure the weight stays on that front heel. And I actually want you guys to put more emphasis on the front leg than the back leg for this to try to simulate doing a pistol. So is extra weight on that front leg. If Jess wants to lean a little bit more forward with her upper body just to balance on that front leg just a little bit longer. Notice how on the way up she leaned a little bit forward, released that back leg off the ground, and then finished stepping. So that's gonna help emulate putting the weight on that one leg, which is what we're going for here. After 60 seconds of that, you're gonna go for 60 seconds of inchworms with a push-up. So notice Jess is keeping those legs nice and straight, feeling that stretch in the hamstring. Then she's gonna come all the way down into her push-up, stepping it back up, and she's gonna try to keep her legs straight all the way back out of that inchworm. One other thing here, guys, when you come down, you can still do the push-up from your knees. So Jess can demonstrate that. She's gonna walk forward, place the knees down, then go all the way down, all the way up, raise the knees off the ground, and walk it back out. Done like a pro. So 60 seconds, moderate pace with those as well. Next thing you're gonna want is to find yourself a lighter object. So we're using our famous Lysol can here. So we're gonna put that object between our knees as we do this glute bridge. We're gonna lie down on our back. And then we're slightly squeezing that Lysol can together, opening the hips all the way, and then you're gonna raise one leg off the ground, trying not to drop the can. Oh, I see some movement here. So the goal is to try to keep that can in between the knees, and then she's gonna come back down into the bottom position, reset if you need, come all the way up, bring one leg up, bring the other leg, and back down. We're gonna do that, again, moderate pace for 60 seconds. Once you're done that, we're going for Russian twists. So we're going back to the paint can here because we want to add just a little bit of weight to this. The Lysol can might not be enough. So we're just going to think about, you can, Jess is going to lean back until her heels start to hover off the ground. You can keep the legs bent, you can keep the legs straightened. You can play around with both. And then we're just going to try to twist that upper body, touching the ground with the object if you can. And then go back to the other side. So notice how Jess is really emphasizing twisting her whole upper body. If you guys need as a scale, you can keep your heels on the ground. Just try to have as little weight as possible on those heels. Again, 60 seconds of that. Those 4 movements, you do 2 rounds, and then we're gonna move on to the next part of the warm-up.
Welcome back. Hopefully you had a good first segment of that warm-up. It was flowing through nicely, guys. We're going to get to that second part where we'll explain the movements a little bit more thoroughly. I want to emphasize that we're going to be showing you guys in the clean progression. So if you're comfortable with snatch, feel free to do the movements, the ground to overhead with the snatch progression. But we're going to show it in the clean. So starting with the PVC pipe, we're going to start with the strict ground to overhead off the hang position. So this progression really emphasizes body position and muscle activation of your upper back. So you would start with the muscle clean, where your elbows go high. When you pull, make sure you're pulling through your back, you're not pulling through your biceps or the front of your shoulders. From there, you can do a strict press. In that overhead, pause, retract your shoulder blades, make sure your shoulder blades are not shrugging, elbows are locked out, so you're pushing that bar as high as you can. Emphasizing all those points because it is strict, so you're trying to create the right muscle activation. Then you're going to bring it back down close to your body before you go on to your next one. So we'll show another one. High elbows, tight upper back, strict press, locking the arms up without shrugging the body or losing that core tension before she brings the bar down nice and close to your body. If you're comfortable with that, progress it to the hang. So we're going to go now to the hang position where it's just a high hang here, so dip of the knees. Then you're going to drive through the hips to pull that bar up, catching it in that power position, no squat. From there, you can press it up in one fluid motion, so like a thruster, or just gonna bring it back down. I'm gonna show you guys the next progression of your press. So bring it back to the hips. No, bar to the hips. There you go. So dipping down, going back up into your clean, catching it. Now, if you need to reset, stand up. From there, you can do a dip and drive for your push press, where you lock it out, shoulders not shrugging, guys. Before you bring it back down. So bring it back down to the hang position. We're now going to take it to the floor. So starting with the hang, so dipping down, then falling through past the knees. So you're about mid-shin. From there, you're going to lift the bar up, clear your knees to move your knees back. Then you're going to lift your trunk upright to get that high hang position. Then you're going to drive that bar up, catch it, nice power position. From there, up to you if you stand up, or if you drive it up. The third progression, that power jerk, that push jerk, guys, she started with that dip before she drove that bar up and then caught it. And we show one more of that jerk, so dipping down, driving it up, catches it, then stands it up before she brings that bar down. So all these movements, we're showing you with the PVC pipe, but for those with dumbbells, feel free to use the dumbbell or kettlebell at home. Again, just to show a couple of the progressions here, guys. So starting with the ground to overhead, or the muscle one. So she's gonna strict, pull it up, strict, press it up, overhead, brings it back down. For the hang, she's gonna do a little dip. She's gonna drive up, catch it, then press it through. Awesome. Then from there, the last progression from the floor. So dumbbells touching the floor, she catches it. From there, she drives it up into that power jerk before she stands it back up. Okay. Check the reps, guys, for the numbers. If you're using a dumbbell, if you have a barbell PVC pipe, the numbers stick to just single-sided, so you don't have to double your number, guys. Make sure you're picking the right progression that makes sense for you. It's a little bit technical, so if you're trying to do snatch and it's too much technique, you pick the wrong progression. Okay, so have fun with this workout. This is a really fun workout. Okay, see you guys in a bit.
Okay, welcome to the WOD demo here, guys. So again, we're gonna start off with that run, or you can row or jumping jacks. And then you're gonna go into the ground to overheads, which Eddie and Jess demonstrated in the warm-up. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time talking about the alternating single-legged squats or pistols. So the first progression we went over with Jess briefly in the warm-up. So just remember here, Yasha's gonna demonstrate the reverse lunges. Notice how he's gonna put his weight into that front foot and he's gonna lean forward with that upper body. So he's trying to put as much weight into that front leg as possible, and he's trying to put as little weight on that back leg as possible. He's trying to extend that back leg as far back without touching the floor until you have to, and then he's lifting that floor off the ground before he comes up. So that's your first option. The next option is you can link one leg behind the other for that pistol. So he's linking his foot behind the other, just his toe is touching the ground right here, and he's gonna just come down, pushing the hips back, keeping the weight on that front leg and bringing it back up. If that feels like you're ready for the next progression, you can bring that heel all the way in and link around your foot. Now notice his foot's not touching the ground. That back foot's not touching the ground anymore. So he's just linking it around the ankle, and then same thing, coming down into that squat, standing back up. The next progression will just be your regular pistols. So one foot out in front of the body, he's gonna come all the way down, below parallel, stand it all the way up before he switches legs. Notice here, guys, how lost his balance a little bit, saved the rep, that's fine. But notice how he's extending that hip all the way back up at the end of the movement. So he's gonna come all the way down, he's gonna extend that hip all the way before he puts his foot down. So if you kind of lose your balance in the middle of a rep and kind of bounce out of it, maybe don't count that one. Do it again until you get that full range of motion. Enjoy the workout, guys. It's gonna be a good one for sure today, a fun one. Remember, around that 20-minute range, and we'll see you for the afterburn.
Hey, welcome back. That was a doozy of a workout. Hopefully you did enjoy that one. Got it done around 20-minute mark. The afterburn today is, again, emphasis on the recovery. So we're gonna get Yash here. You got the green band. We're gonna start with the banded hamstring here, guys. So a couple points that you want to think about. Leg as straight as possible to get into that hamstring. For those of you that can do that, but it hurts a lot, you can bend your opposite knee to lessen the tension in that hamstring. Or if you want to get more, you straighten that knee back down to the floor, where then it stabilizes your hips, keeps your hips in the right position, where it gets a little bit more out of the hamstring. You can also move the band a little bit forward on the ball of your foot, where then you drop your toes down to get the connective tissue with the calf behind your knee into that hamstring. So you can play around with it because you're holding it for 2 minutes on both sides. This afterburn you can do later on the day when you're cooling down end of the day. So after this stretch, guys, I'm gonna get you go into the pigeon pose, where you're opening the hip capsule and stretching your glute. So in your high plank, kick over that foot to the hand, shins across. If you want a deeper stretch, keep it across from left to right, guys. But if it's too much, you can drop your heel to your hip. Also, if your hips, wherever your foot is, you can then bring your hip down to your foot or to the floor. Also bringing your body towards the floor to get more out of that glute stretch to, again, open up the glutes. But if it pinches your hip, don't go so low. Okay, only go as low as you can to get out of that, to get the stretch out of the glute and not feel an impingement in your hip capsule. You're gonna hold that also 2 minutes on both sides. Then from there, you're gonna finish off with your good morning. So, with good morning, we're gonna grab a bar here. Good, so PVC pipe here, bar on your back. You're gonna go down into that good morning position where you focus on your knees not moving forward. You focus on your back being flat. If you don't have a bar, you can just go into this position, guys, to stretch out the hamstring, but at the same time, activate your core, where you're almost mimicking that row position where, again, you're getting the activation of your core, but you're getting the stretch in your hamstring. For those that did the Monday workout, you found that row 2-minute buy-in row was tough. It's kind of the same thing, but you want to keep the emphasis on deloading your body. So if you gotta break it up, don't exhaust yourself, stretch out the hamstrings, because that's what the intent is for the afterburner today, guys. Hopefully you had a good Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow.